Hi, Counselor Colby here. I wanted to cover a quick example of one of the counseling methods that I work from called collaborative problem solving, also known as collaborative proactive solutions. This started with Dr. Ross Green, and I encourage you to look up his material. It's also furthered by Dr. Stuart Ablon. But I want to give you this example just as an idea of a different approach that you might find helpful. And the example is that I was working with a student that had to do some homeschool work over the summer, and family was getting really frustrated because he was in late elementary school and refusing to do work. And they have been offering big rewards. If you get your schoolwork done every morning in the afternoon, you can go fishing with the family. If you don't, then you have to stay home. You don't get to play video games, offering bigger and bigger rewards, bigger and bigger consequences. But it just seemed to be leading to bigger and bigger fights. And parents were just tired, and they were coming to me like, my kid's just lazy. My kid doesn't want to do this. My kid just wants to do their own thing. And a lot of frustration and a lot of kind of dead ends in terms of some of the things that they were trying. So in collaborative problem solving, what we start to do is we really look at gaining a lot of empathy and understanding from a part of the kid and what are we missing out of this equation. And so, instead of that he's just lazy or he just doesn't want to do it, like I want to know why. Like, he might have some great reasons for this or some things that are really important to them. So as we sat down and we spent some time kind of digging into this, I was asking him like, well, why don't you, I just don't want to do school. Like, no, like really, I want to know why. I think you might have some good reasons. But, it's just dumb. Okay, tell me more about school being dumb. Well, it's summer. It's summertime. Summertime is not school time. And so start to get a lot and spend a lot of time just digging into what's going on for this kid. And as it turns out, doing summer school or school during the summer was a big rule violation for him. Everybody knows that you don't do schoolwork during the summer. This isn't fair. We can't do this. I don't want to do this, those kinds of things. So the family had kind of a unique situation going on where they had taken part of the school year off due to some family situation going on, with the understanding that we're going to take a break from doing school, but we're going to have to do some catch up over the summer. And at the time, this elementary school kid was like, oh, cool. And then it comes to summer, and oh, you were serious. I really have to do this. So that was one of the things for them, this big rule that summer you're not supposed to do this. This isn't fair. Another thing that came up was that they had an older sibling that would get their schoolwork done in about an hour and then go play. And this kid, it took a little more than an hour. So in his mind, it's not fair that I want to go play with them. That's like, why do I have to do more? Because it takes me a little bit more to do this. Dig a little bit deeper and come to find out that the parents had started this homeschool program for the summer to catch the kid up. And the previous program that they had done allowed the kid to click through all of the material, get to the test, take the test, fail the test, and then go back and guess over and over and over until they completed the work. And so the kid was used to blitzing through everything, getting to the test, looking over the questions just well enough and guessing well enough a couple of times that he would get through the material and be done really quickly. The new program did not allow you to do that. That they were timed on certain pages. If you failed, you couldn't just quickly retake the test. So all of a sudden his game was up. He was just frustrated and felt like he'd been found out, that he wasn't really doing the material, couldn't skirt through everything really quickly. So that was frustrating for him. And then the added rewards that the parents saw, you get to go fishing every afternoon, for him, that was too much pressure. It was like, oh no, I'm going to miss out. I can't. And then only agitating him more. And so that we found after kind of talking to him, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this kid's the most rational one in our conversation here. And no wonder he's having all this trouble doing some schoolwork. So when we took a look at some things, we came up with some solutions. And one of them is the understanding that parents need to help you do the work a little bit more. That there are some skills and learning how not to blitz through and to do the material, and that it's realization that we're going to help you really genuinely learn this. The next one was the understanding that it might take you a little bit longer. Had to come to an understanding of that, what that looked like, which meant that when older sibling was done, the older sibling had to go play somewhere where this kid couldn't see him, and there weren't the constant reminders. And this kid could, older brother could not ask little brother to come play. That's not fair. Um, and the next thing we came up with was this, that you're going to go fishing every afternoon with the family regardless. It just means that when you get done with fishing, when you get back home, then we're going to finish up some more. Anyway, so in gaining some of this understanding of why and what was going on into the situation and slowing some things down, getting empathy and perspective of the kid, and then being able to modify our understanding expectations from the parents, it moves from my kid just doesn't want to do this, my kid's lazy, my kid's this, to like, oh, I had no idea that school was so overwhelming for my kid. I had no idea what was going on. So this is just a little example of what collaborative problem solving really does, is it starts to look at the complexities of certain situations, lagging skills and missing components, and tries to find some solutions. And so within a few weeks, we were able to put some things together that the kid realized also that the summer school was not for the whole summer, and the expectations weren't as high as they thought. And this kid started really pushing through and getting a lot of work done, and within weeks caught up and was able to be finished and finish the rest of the work so that they had the rest of the summer off. And it ended up being a really great scenario, and really building up this kid and really helping reduce this conflict within the family. So that's collaborative problem solving. I encourage you to look into that. I encourage you to watch other videos on that I may have. And if you want to look at apply this directly to your family, you're welcome to contact me more about it as well.